Hey there! Welcome to Paper Muse. I'm Teresa and I'm going to show you around my, junk journal, art journal. It really doesn't matter what you call it. It's just a bunch of fun. Playing around, messing around with supplies, and just, using whatever you have on hand. I am not an artist. I'll let you know this. I like to look at it more as a process than a product. I enjoy the act of creating, playing, doing things. I don't really care about what I get at the end. And this is because I find that in the past I've had it where I've judged what I make to other people's things, or I've gotten into like the whole Instagram, like I gotta make it this way. I find it so much more freeing if I just think about the process and kind of think of it as like it's a bit of a meditation. It has like a flow kind of feel to it. It has a real like, you kind of like, I don't know if you think about this or if this is something that you're ever feel when you're doing this kind of thing, but like it's just like a nice quiet time where you can just kind of reflect on your feelings, kind of just enjoy the color of the paint, the playfulness of it all. I basically say I'm a 2-year-old who's just messing around, okay? So you're not going to see anything fantastic here, but I also don't want that feeling like it has to be something. It's a process. So I will start with this one. I have no idea what it has. So yeah, it's just, is that good enough? I think that's pretty good. Now these books, because I have so many, I like to play around in different books because then I don't have to wait for it to dry, or I just like different size of the pages. So these books some of them I've had for years, and then I go back to it, I do a page, and so it's all different stages of where I was. So you might find some are very colorful. Like, I just like, look at that. Like, that's just splatter. How much fun is that? And the best thing about junk or art journaling is that you can always, if you don't like it, you can always paint over it. Glue something down. It does not have to be anything special. This is just a doodle I did, and I liked it enough that I thought, I'll put it in there. You can use anything. Junk mail. Obviously, I was more into painting in this book. And even that, like, you just use leftover palette paint, squish it between the pages, and fun, fun, fun. Try really absurd color schemes like yellow, red, like mustard, and these little dots here that you see, that's actually paper towel. I thought, well, I'm not waiting for it to dry. I'm just going to put paper towel down, and it made those dots. And I find like that kind of thing, I just love. I mean, I don't. And then here you can see I put the book down while this paint was wet. I got some over here. I am happy with those kind of things that happen. I love this lilac gray with a little bit of green. It's so pretty. So I guess I'm just accepting of if it's just a beautiful little paint splatter, I'm cool with that. If it's more like a thought out kind of page, that's cool too. Oh, see now this is me. Oh, I think I let my niece play on this and I decided to glue it together. Oh no. I'm I'm not going to tell you who CLR is because that's funny as heck. I basically glued my husband's painting together. Love this. This is stencils with sprayed paint. Tim Holtz, what is it, alcohol spray. Not beautiful. It's really not much of anything, but this is a bunch of layering. You just keep on adding layers until you kind of like it. And I can come back here and I can add much more to it. That's what is nice about this, is like it's never done. These books I'm going to have for years because I'm never going to reach a point where I'm like, it's done. I love chunky, so... Oh, this is like some leftover stickers that I thought would be a great starting for textural. Oh, that looked interesting. And like this kind of thing where it seeps in, I don't care. It'll be a nice little addition to the next thing. And also I play around with it because in the end, this drawing like here, that's probably quite ugly. It don't matter because I'm going to paint over it and you might just see this line or whatnot. Okay, so there's just one example. Grab a tea. Oh, I'm spinning things around. I'm getting aggressive. Grab a tea and just join me in checking this out. So this is pretty much the same size. It has, I don't know if you can see it for texture, but I've glued down a lot of pieces of paper. Love that. This has actually got paper towel stuck to it for texturing. That's pretty cool. Let me see, I'll have to get it a little. Love that color scheme. What do you think? I don't know. I'm such a 70s type. I love that color scheme. And then I just doodle. Ooh, that's really, well, interesting. And I did this and then I decided I didn't like it and painted some over it. So, let's see. Ooh. So that's pretty much stenciled. Got lots of papers kind of glued onto it. Love that. Am I crazy? I just love that color, that red and yellow with the blue. So pretty. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, love that. Do you see how... Yeah, see how I can love basic little things? But I love the graininess look in that. I'm a circle fan. That's kind of interesting. It's just a great jumping off point. So if you're really afraid of the white blank page, just make a mark. Just start doing stuff. Don't worry about it too much. I don't, obviously. Right, there's that one. Oh, I think I've got it the wrong way. Oh, that's pretty. In my own personal opinion. That's a hot mess, but I'm going to fix that. I will work on it. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, so you understand now that I'm definitely just playing around. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Like, I usually go for colorful, but can't say I don't like that. look at that. It's got quite an interesting depth to it. See, I think I had used oil pastels, so it kind of made the paint go a little weird. My personal portrait of myself. And also, I could see myself getting to a point where, okay, I might be like, rip this out and then just cut this up and glue it into other things. Like, can use this kind of painting just for that. I love that. That's like when you keep on adding layers by different markers, different paints. Like underneath there, you can see there's a bit of a stencil. Now, when I made this, I had no idea. Can you see what I'm talking about? Once I was done, I was like, oh my gosh. So I see a 69. Oh, yeah, funny. Anything can become a stencil. So like, this is just that mesh kind of stuff that you use for cross stitch. Cut it up, put it down there, make it a mask, I guess would be the wording. And there it becomes a, sort of like so many things. You don't need fancy art. You can use whatever you don't really care for in your kitchen, or that you wash it up. You're doing non-toxic paints, I guess. And I don't really care about writing in it because I know it'll be covered in the end. Ain't that kind of crazy? I love the pastel-y look of it. Ooh, pretty. Splatter! Gotta love that. Ooh, I like that. Those color schemes. Like I'm just a fan of color and playing, and I hope you are too. And I think more of people like me should be sharing what they do, because then you can see, oh, yeah, I don't have to have an artistic talent to do this. I can do it just for me, just to enjoy it. And I don't have to worry. And I just have, like, I guess, enough confidence where I'm like, I don't care. You can see it. You just have to really, I believe it's all about just enjoying yourself. Not being like others, not making something like another person makes. Just do you. And if it turns out to be you hate it, just paint over it. But try and learn and love something about it. I would say embrace it. Don't paint over it, embrace it. But, I mean, I understand. It's been a process to get me to where I just accept. Alright. Let's keep going. No, I got it upside down. And I did this to help keep it tied together. I think I'll do it this way. I quite like this size because it's not much to do to finish something. Oops. But a lot of them are kind of like a 2-page spread. Not all of them, but look at that texture. Isn't that crazy? I'm not much usually for oil paint, but oh, that's kind of cool. Gaudy as well, but cool. This has like a kind of a milky look to it. I don't know. I like it. I like that dirty look. Messy. This is just doodly. And I've definitely painted over, done things to my writing. This is a wonderful, I love that. You close it when it's wet, and then you open it and you rip it, and it comes out with a really cool looking design. Ooh, dramatic. Like this. This is colorful. And there's seepage, but hey, it's all good. Yeah, not interested in everybody reading that, so I just paint over it. Sometimes you just let go of what you're thinking and don't read it again. And then here I got into like collaging, which is basically, these are just starting the page up. Not much of this is actually ever finished. I think you've only seen a few pages where I'd be like, yeah, that's finished. This is kind of scrapbooky like. It's just a lot of fun. Ooh, autumny looking. Love it. Now this, oh my gosh. I find that utterly beautiful. I know, I'm crazy. But basically what I did was I glued down a magazine clipping, and then I didn't like it, so I pulled it up, but only this stuff remained. And I just think it looks chic, like shabby chic. I'm a fan of happy coincidence like that. Ooh, shoes. I don't really stick to a theme. Like sometimes if I'm into collaging or sticking things down, I do that. If I'm into painting. Now this is a hot mess, but I like it. I mean, one of these books alone, you have so much space to work with. Ooh, I like that. That looks cool, in my opinion. If I do say so myself. And I painted this so it's all sheeny. That's kind of nice. I like that. Now this is just a piece of paper that I scribbled on when I was doing marker testing, and I decided to use it. Ooh, love the neon. Dream. there's that one. Okay, and so this is basically a bullet journal that I used at work. And then when I was done with it, I made it into a chunky junk journal. And then I kind of used it as a fauxbonichi, I guess you would say, because I would journal every day. But basically underneath here is all the stuff from work. And then I reused it as a way to just make a junk journal. And oh, here's those stickers I love. This I really love. I think this is like I would say one of my favorite, just because it's about journaling, but it's also reusing something that I used every day. So it's kind of personal. So I don't want to throw it out, but I don't need the information. So I kind of journaled on top of it. So it keeps a little bit of things that kind of, and when it's something that you've already used, you've already gotten your use out of it, you really don't give two cares if it comes out to be beautiful. But I think it's beautiful because of the mess of the writing and then going over it and painting it. I just love. If you're not, I understand. Fast forward. It's a hot mess, but I think it's cool. And the great thing about this was that I did them like, just went through it, right? Like the first thing I did was I just went through and painted all the pages, which is kind of fun because it's just like, yeah, paint, 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 enjoy, listen to music, no thought really. I kind of try to stick with the color scheme for the 2 pages sometimes. Most times you'll see that they're the same colors on both sides. And some of this stuff are stickers that I actually used. I'm not too sure if that is, but I know that there's a lot of like washi tape or stickers that I've used when I was actually using it as a bujo. So I tried to repurpose that. Oh, I got these stuck together for some reason. I guess I could take the pin out. But yeah, it's just, I got a flip in here. Didn't write anything there though. Excuse me. With a fauxbonichi, I find that sometimes you've got lots to write about and sometimes you have very little. Just saying the same things over and over again. Oh, I think that's supposed to stay out like that. There you go. This is just a label paper that I have. I color my stamp with a Crayola, do it down, and then I stick it in. And I think they look great. Here's another one. Here's just a pattern paper that I've cut out on my Cricut, and I just stick it in. Here's another sticker stamp that I did. Another sticker stamp. And you can see that when you're doing a stamp with Crayola, it's not going to be a perfect, but I kind of like the shabby chicness of that anyways. Not going to be a perfect imprint, but it's going to be good enough. This is another one, but instead of what I did was I stamped it black and then I colored it in and then I stuck it on there. just ideas. Basically, I just made sure that every page, like now that you've gotten to a point where I haven't filled it in, every page has some space for notes, as you can see there. And this is like washi tape. This is actually, I used this piece of paper to put down some paint daubs so I could paint, and it was like my palette. And then later on I used it as a way to stick into the book. Every piece of paper can be used. And magazine cutouts. Old stickers, like that's been painted over, so it's definitely not a new one. It's kind of like a little bit like a glue book as well. These are just cutouts from a coloring book. Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. Love those little stickers. Like this was definitely there before, I think. This is a cutout from my Cricut and a magazine clipping, and I think that's Simple Stories. This is actually from a gardening book I bought at the thrift store. And that's another Cricut cutout. Cricut cutout. See now, normally you would take this piece of paper and that's what you would use, but then I used the cutout for it too. Fun. Love that color scheme. So if I had a magazine clipping, I would usually put it on a page that had the color scheme I liked. So I painted all the pages, then I went through and I took clippings and glued it in. Then I went through and used washi tape. Then I went through and used stickers. And so each page kind of got built upon, not one at a time, but one process at a time. So painting, then clippings, then washi tape, then stickers. So it was just, I don't know, I liked it. It went really fast. And I haven't finished it, obviously, because I left, once I got done with painting, I was like, I'm done. And then it kind of never went back to it. But I love how chunky that is. Obviously, the spine's kind of going because of all the water with the paint. But I could just put some duct tape there. I really don't care. Alright, I think I'm going to do a part 2 for the rest. Happy crafting. Hope you got some sort of inspiration. And feel free to subscribe and like and all that jazz. And have a good day. Bye.